In an office that radiated modernity with its glass walls and sleek furniture, two business colleagues, Sarah and John, sat across from each other at a circular table. The late afternoon sun cast a warm glow through the windows, reflecting off their open laptops and scattered documents. Sarah, a seasoned project manager, leaned slightly forward, her eyes keen with curiosity. John, a new hire in the marketing department, looked somewhat apprehensive, but determined to understand the complexities of business communication. "Let's dive right in," Sarah began, her tone encouraging. "You mentioned you wanted to learn some business idioms and phrasal verbs. How about we start with hit the ground running?" "I've heard that a lot," John replied, nodding, "but I'm not exactly sure what it means." "It means to start something and proceed at a fast pace with enthusiasm and efficiency," Sarah explained. "For example, we expect the new marketing team to hit the ground running with the upcoming campaign." John jotted down some notes, intrigued. "Got it. What about get the ball rolling?" "That one means to start a project or initiative," Sarah said, smiling. "Imagine you're pushing a ball to start its movement. For example, we need to get the ball rolling on the new software update." John's eyes lit up with understanding. "These are really useful. What other phrases should I know?" "Think outside the box is another essential one," Sarah continued. "It means to think creatively and unconventionally. For instance, to resolve the customer complaint issues, we need to think outside the box." John nodded vigorously. "Sounds important. Oh, and I've heard people say touch base a lot. What does that mean?" Sarah chuckled, pleased with John's eagerness. "Touch base means to briefly make contact or update someone. For example, I'll touch base with you later this week to review the sales figures." "These are starting to make sense," John said, feeling more confident. "How about some phrasal verbs?" "Sure," Sarah agreed. "One common one is bring up, which means to mention or introduce a topic. For example, during the meeting, she brought up the issue of budget cuts." Another one is follow up, which means to continue or check the status of something. For instance, "Can you follow up on the client's request for information?" John scribbled furiously in his notebook, appreciating the practical examples. "Thanks, Sarah. This really clarifies things. Any last tips?" Sarah leaned back, thoughtful. "Just remember, context matters. These phrases can change meaning slightly depending on how they're used. Don't hesitate to ask for clarification if you're unsure. And with practice, you'll start using them naturally." John smiled, grateful for the insight. "Thanks, Sarah. I feel like I'm ready to hit the ground running with these new expressions."